Hey guys, Wesley here, and I wanted to talk to you about some GPT, Chat GPT use cases that you can start using today for your own website. And no, I'm not talking about pressing one button or entering one input and getting a complete article back or anything like that. I'm talking about practical uses that you can use today, even if you don't want to create AI generated content. So, the first one we're going to start off with is going to be social media posts and descriptions. And what I've done here, I have already opened up several tabs of Chat GPT and put in some prompts, gotten some responses. I've mostly done it this way because there are a ton of people using this right now. So it kind of gets bogged down, and there are some delays or errors, and you have to retry a few times sometimes. And that's because there's just so many people using it until they go to a paid model in the future or something like that, to where you can get maybe like premium level access, or maybe they'll cut off the free version and a paid only. I don't know, but let's talk about how we can use it. So, just like I said, social media posts and descriptions. Sometimes we don't all have that creative thread in our brain, and it's hard to create a short, catchy social media description for something that we want to share. And in all of these examples, I'm going to use how to chew bubblegum with only 3 teeth, or something very similar to that. So for this first prompt, I entered, write me a short, catchy social media description for how to chew bubblegum with 3 teeth. The AI gives me, get ready to blow bubbles with just 3 teeth. Our simple guide shows you how to chew bubblegum with a smile. It's pretty good. You can copy that, put it in, throw a link into your article, share it on Facebook, things like that. Use it in your Pinterest descriptions. You can even, let's see if I can um, make, see if it'll come, let's see if I can change it to work for Pinterest. Make it a little longer to use as a Pinterest description. So I don't know if the system's going to get bogged down or not. Here we go. Gone are the days of needing to full set of teeth, enjoy some bubblegum, to enjoy some bubblegum fun. So you can always take this and tweak it, but 80% of the work is done when the AI spits it out, for things like this. So that's one. The next thing, which is pretty interesting, is, and what I've done here, I've already got everything pre-set up, but using it for Harrow Replies. That's help a reporter out. It's one way to build links. It's very time consuming to Google these answers, come up with well researched and thorough replies to some of their questions, depending on what niche you're in, things like that. So in this example, I went and found an actual Harrow query, a recent one, and I stuck the questions that the reporter or the journalist wanted answered into AI. So what I've done here, I put in subject, ways to extend the life of your shoes. That's what the journalist wanted to know about. And then I said, please answer the following questions regarding the subject above. And then I just copy and pasted in here the questions they were asking. And it gave back a very detailed response. And it picks up each of their questions. So I was like, well, for Harrow, that's kind of a lot, right? Let's, how many words is that there? I'll just highlight. I have a Chrome tool called count words. So that's about 460 words. That's quite a bit for a Harrow reply. So I copied it again and I changed it to answer each question below in bullet points with a concise answer while keeping the subject of extending the life of your shoes in mind. And I just pasted the questions again, and it gave a much better response that you could use for Harrow. So basically, there are 5 or 6 questions here, and that the reporter is asking. It's bullet pointed each one. You could copy this, restate the question above each bullet point, paste in the answer, review it, fact check it, and it's going to greatly speed up your process of doing Harrow. To me, that's a real game changer. Um, and as long as you are fact checking and not just blindly answering stuff and still trying to put in quality work, I think it can work. Okay. So the next one is similar. Harrow for Harrow's used for building links, and we also use what, guest posting, right? So let's pretend we were going to write a guest post for the same subject. I put in create a catchy title for an article on how to chew bubblegum with 3 teeth. It gave me back a title. I was like, okay, well let's make it more SEO friendly, things like that. 60 characters or less for Google, right? So I said make the title 60 characters or less. It gave me a new title. Then I said write a 1,000 word article on the title above in detail. And I'm not going to sit here and read the whole thing, but it started writing it and writing and writing, and it was doing pretty good. Of course, always don't just copy and paste it over. Read it yourself, make it better, tweak it however you can, whatever. But the system was very bogged down when I was going to do this, and this particular one it got hung up. So it said another important ... and kind of stalled out. So it's not without its flaws, especially right now when so many people are using this tool. But it can still be done. It can still be done to write a guest post. And if you give this tool more details than what I've done here, you can get a better output. I did a very basic, write a 1,000 word article or title above, but you can actually go a different route and say, hey, give me an outline for this type of article. Okay, expand on this subheading, then this subheading, and then you could be like, give me a very short summary of this article, kind of like an answer target, right? Stick it, and then you can just paste that part at the top. Things like that. So you can give more detailed prompts, and you get a better results. So becoming an expert on using AI prompts, I think in the future is going to be very crucial. It's also kind of like when you say, hey, or do you know how to use Google to someone, because you'd be surprised how many people don't know how to use Google effectively. There's a difference in just Googling things and then Googling in a certain way that gets you better results, and more specific results to what you're after. And that's going to be even more profound when using AI and things like ChatGPT. So the next one, another favorite of mine, is using it for your meta descriptions, right? So Google rewrites your meta description about 60% of the time right now. That might change in the future, but that 40% is still worth going after, in my opinion, because if you can get more clicks with a catchy meta description, you might as well still do them. They don't take that long, especially now that you're using AI to do it. So I said, write me a short meta description that will attract people to click on it for how to chew bubblegum with 3 teeth. And then it gave me a short meta description. And you can always say make it a little longer, make it a little shorter, rewrite it entirely. You can give it following more instructions after its first initial reply. So that's very helpful. The next one is, let's see, I put in creating your post outlines. So this one I've just started using myself, and it's working out pretty good. And the current prompt that I am using for my own personal articles when I do this is create a list of subheadings that an article on X would need using title case. And then I would just replace X with what it's on, usually my main keyword, or but maybe in a little more detail depending on what that main keyword is to get a better output. So this time it gave me and the example I'm using, like how to chew bubblegum with 3 teeth, is kind of specific and very off the wall for AI to kind of come up with a very good list. But if you're writing on something that is more, not as off the wall, a little more straightforward than what I'm doing, you're going to get a better response here from the AI. But it did give me an outline. And then beyond that, this another thing you can do is use it to generate your FAQ questions if you have that in your content. Yes, you can still use people also ask. Yes, you can use the related searches at the bottom of Google, things like that. But sometimes there's either not that many of them, maybe you only like 1 or 2 good ones and the rest kind of fall off topic very quickly, things like that. And I have found that the AI does really good it's really good at producing these FAQs. I've had to take some out that were just, it's either restated exactly what the title was about as an FAQ, things like that. But for the most part, it's pretty good. So you can use it to help generate your FAQs. And then beyond that, you can have it answer them as well, depending on how comfortable you are with putting that amount of AI content in your articles. All of my content right now is still human, actual writer written. Some people are using a mixture of a writer, then implementing some AI content into the actual body of their articles, things like that. So, personal preference there, your choice. I still am currently not using AI for my written content. Might be something to test out on a separate site, but not for my main project. But anyway, using it to create your FAQ, and then maybe having your writer answer these, the ones you like, would be great. So next we have, let's see, which one was this? So adding unique and relevant things to your outreach emails. So if you're link building and you're wanting to stand out, you have to look for ways to do that. That's going to be one, your subject line has to be, you got to get them to open it, right? You can use AI to help you do a catchy subject for your email, and then you can spice your email up by adding some humor in there. Let your personality come through, jokes that you find are funny or cute that you can share with others, even if they hate your pitch or don't do pitches at all. They might not even work with other site owners. At least maybe you can make them smile. Be a human. Don't be so dry, and it's not all black and white out there. But so anyway, I said write a poem about a guy with 3 teeth chewing bubble gum. It gave me a poem. I was like, okay, great. I was like, make it. It's kind of long. You right? I said make it shorter. It made it very much shorter. Maybe I should have just said a little shorter. And I'll paste one of these poems maybe in the description, or you can just pause and read it here. Some of these are kind of cool the way they came out. But then I said, write a short poem about a guy chewing bubblegum with only 3 teeth in the style of Dr. Seuss. And then I'll just read the beginning. It says, a guy with 3 teeth chewing bubblegum, his smile a bit crooked, his gums a bit numb, but still he chomps and blows with glee and fun, his bubblegum antics, oh, what a ton. And so you can kind of pick up that Dr. Seuss feel from that poem. So you can do things like that. And that's very, very interesting that the AI is able to do that. So that's another way you can use it with your website, your brand you're building, to help spice up all aspects of this business, right? This one being outreach. So next here that I have written down, let me check my list. Helping you do a informational product, an ebook. So here I put create an outline for an instructional ebook on how to chew bubblegum with only 3 teeth. And it actually did pretty good for an instructional ebook on such a weird topic. It's like, here's the intro, briefly discuss the changes, blah, blah, blah about this. Then it's like understanding how chewing works, choosing the right bubblegum, preparing the bubblegum for chewing the bubblegum, conclusion, right? Kind of give you an outline. Again, if it wasn't such a weird topic that I'm using for this, your outline would be better. But it's very interesting that in any part of your business where there's content that you're not using to be indexed and ranked in Google, you can use AI to help you with it. An ebook that you sell or put together can be written with AI, and I think it's quite amazing. Now, should you, you know, have it write the ebook and not go back through it yourself, actually read it, actually put more work into it? Definitely not. You should make it, it's a product that you have for sale. You should be an honest human being and have pride in your work and make it the best you possibly can. Be proud of what you're selling. Something that, if you were selling it to your mother, would you be happy if she spent her hard-earned money on something that you're selling, right? If you say yes to that, I think you're probably making a good product, as long as you got a good relationship with your mother. But anyway, so the next thing is say you did your ebook. Now you need to make a sales page. I said copyright a landing page for an ebook that teaches people how to chew bubblegum with 3 teeth. And it does that. It says, welcome to Bubblegum Bliss, chewing with just 3 teeth. As like maybe that's the title of our book. And then, are you tired of feeling left out of bubblegum chewing fun because you have a few missing teeth? Don't worry, our ebooks got you covered. So funny, right? And it just continues and continues. It even does these fake reviews, which I thought was interesting. So if you're using this to help you create a landing page, you can use some of it, but when it gets to the reviews, you can just say, okay, placeholder. When I have reviews, this is where I'll put them, kind of thing. And then, but it makes pretty good sales copy. It's even a little entertaining, a little funny there. But that could be because of the topic I've chosen. Um, Now, as far as using this on your actual site, that is, if you no index the page by Google, where Google's not going to crawl that page, in my opinion, you're safe to put your AI content on there. I don't using GPT-3, 4 when it comes out. This stuff's just going to get better because it's not a page you're trying to rank in Google. It's fine. I wouldn't hesitate to use it. So anyway, the last thing that I've put that I'll bring up is using it just for your post titles. Sometimes we get brain fog and it's hard to think of a good title using our keywords and our phrases around what we're writing. So I said, give me a title using words that spark emotion for how to chew bubblegum with 3 teeth. And I said, discovering the joy of chewing bubblegum with just 3 teeth. Not very good. So, but you can always hit try again. Let's see if it gets bogged down. The triumph of chewing bubblegum with only 3 teeth. And still needs a little work in my opinion. But anyway, maybe I would try a different prompt for that one. But I think you get the idea. Use AI as a tool in your business. Don't let it make you become lazy. Let it allow you to become more efficient. So I hope you've liked this video. Subscribe if you hadn't. Give this a like, and please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about AI, ChatGPT, and if you have a question on something in SEO, blogging, building a brand, anything like that you want me to answer directly, I will make a video just for you. So just, yeah, leave it in the comments. Thanks for watching.